Hi everybody, I hope everything is going well with your investments. In this video, we will learn how to insert loan data into the system. For that, I have prepared a scenario. At the right side of the screen, you see it. Let's say you have asked for a mortgage to buy a house. The house price was 400,000. I don't put a currency here because it may not matter. Let's say it is euros. So the house price was 400,000 euros, and then you have paid 6% tax for that and 3% fees to the broker for that. That means 24,000 plus 12,000. You have used your own capital of 56,000 euros, and you have asked two banks for two different mortgages. Bank M1 has given you 100,000 euros with 1% of fixed interest rate for 10 years, let's say, and 3% of repayment rate. Bank M2 has given you 180,000 euros with 2% of interest rate and 2.5% of repayment rate. With the repayment rate, you will see here that for the first bank, it will take around 30 years for you to pay everything back, and for the second bank, around 40 years it will take until you pay everything back. And down there, you see a timeline of all the events that has happened or will happen to you about this process. So let's say on 15th of August 2015, you signed the contract with the property and with the bank that you want to get this loan and buy the property. And then you have asked the bank to start the repayment from the next year. So in 2015 you signed the contract, but in 2016, 1st of June, you want to pay the repayment. And then the loan lifetime that you have signed with the bank was 10 years. That means for 10 years, these interest rates would remain. Okay, so this was about the contract. And then on 2nd of September 2015, you paid from your own capital 20,000 euros to the broker for the property, for buying the property, and then 12,000 of fees to the broker. On 15th of September 2015, you have asked the bank to give you 100,000. So you have asked the first bank to give you 100,000 euros, and then you just transfer this amount to the property owner. Actually, at this point of time, you are considered the owner of the property. But let's say the previous owner was building the property for you. Or they're doing some renovation on the property, so they don't ask you the full amount at a certain time, but you pay the amount in different installments, so in 3 installments. So the first one was 100,000 euros. And then after a while, the authorities have asked you, so on 21st of October 2015, the authorities have asked you to pay the taxes for buying this property, and that was 24,000 euros coming from your own pocket, from this 56,000 euros. And then on 5th of December 2015, you have asked the second bank to give you 100,000 euros, and as a second installment, you just give this amount to the previous owner of the property. And finally, on 12th of February 2016, the next year, you have asked the bank to pay the rest amount, 80,000 euros, and you gave it to the previous owner. At this point, your contract with the previous owner ends. You have paid all the amount. And let's say on 1st of March, you moved into the house. On 1st of June 2016, as you have asked the bank in the contract, you started paying back your loans. And let's say after 3 years, you have received the money from your parents or from somewhere that you wanted to pay back extra as a special repayment for your loans. So for the more expensive bank, you just paid 5,000 euros as a special repayment. And today, let's say, is in 2023. And finally, you will you will end your contract on 15th of August 2035 with the fixed interest. Either you will pay the rest amount back, or you will go to another contract with the bank. That means the interest rate may not stay fixed as it was in the first contract. Before I add the loans data into the system, I need to add a security to the system. This house is considered as a security for me. So I go to securities tab. Here I see the previous securities that I have added to the system. They belong to my portfolio, and I click here, and I want to add my new security. And for this case, because it is a house, and the house is not listed in the market, I need to go. So here you see, don't find your security, add an unlisted security. So I just click here. This is the address, let's say my house in Dream Street 27. And the currency, let's say, is euro. And this thing I cannot change. This is the type of the security. And the region, I choose Europe, because it's, let's say, in a European country. And the sector, I put here real estate, because it is a real estate, it's a property. There is no ISIN or WKN, and then I try to save it. Click save, and I cannot save it because only alphanumeric and special characters are accepted here. So here I just put house and then save it. Okay, this is my unlisted property saved as a new security into the system. Now I am ready to add the loans to the system. Go to the loans tab. As you see here, we didn't have any loans in our portfolio, so here you see nothing. I click here on the plus icon, and then here I can add my loan. And as you see here, the collateral security has been chosen as my house in street. Then the security that we have added here, you can choose from your securities which are unlisted. And as we have only one, so the first one is selected. And the symbol of this loan, let's say I want to insert the first loan, M1. So let's say I call this M1, and let's say cheaper bank loan. And here the region, let's say, is Europe. The currency, let's say it stays as Europe, but you can choose your own currency. And then the starting date. Starting date is, I put the date of the contract. So the first one is the month, 08. So I want to put this 15th of August. So 15th of August 2015. And the interest rate is 1%. The period is in months, is 10 years. That means 120 months. Repayment rate for the first bank is 3%. I put here 3. And finally, this is the repayment start installment. So here we said in the contract, we said we want to start it from the 1st of June. And from 15th of August, you went into contract. So let's say we count, let's say, September, October, and then how many months it is until June. We just put it here. I put 10 months here. And this is the let's say at which payment you start your repayments, and at 10th installment, let's say you start paying back. Okay, this was for the first bank. for the first loan. For the second loan, I just put here M2. Let's say more expensive bank, and the same date, 15th. Sorry, the first one was the month. It should be 08 08. I can also choose it from here, so 08 15th and 2015. I can also click here on this icon and choose the date. So I just wrote it there. Okay, and then the interest rate is 2%. The repayment rate is 2.5%. The period is the same, 120 months, and the first installment, the repayment installment starts at 10th installment. I save it here. So as you have seen, I haven't added any information about these payments from the bank. For that, I need to go into the details of each loan. So I click on the first loan ID, and that is M1, and you see here, I see when I hover over it, I see the loan details. I just click here, and here I see the loan details. Because I haven't added any information about the loan payouts or special repayments, I see here the original debt amount is 0. So everything is 0 because this loan is just a contract, but we never received any amount. So let's say we said on 2015, on 15th of September 2015, we received 100,000 euros. So I put here 2015, and if I go here, we said September, so here you should choose September and 15th. So 15th of September 2015, we received this amount. As you see here, for debt payout, we should put a positive value, and for special repayments, that means the payments that we give back to the bank, we should put negative number. So here should be a positive number. I just click this plus icon, and then you see we have added this amount to these loan details. And as you see here in the loan details, we see that we have as original debt, we have 100,000 euros, and we see also our balance. At the moment, the balance is around 77,000 euros. That means we have paid a little bit of it. And you see here we have paid the loan back, 22,000 euros back so far, and we have paid 7,000 euros back as interest. So here you see some general information. So how much we need to pay until the end of the contract. By the way, I just realized that here I have put 2035 as the end, as the final time, as the time that you end the contract with the bank. But here we said the lifetime is 10 years. So 10 years after 2015 is 2025. So this shouldn't be 2035, but 2025. Sorry for this mistake. Okay, then that means, and then here you see also how much you will pay until 2025, 15th of August. You see to be paid is around 7,000, and also to be paid as interest is around 1,700 euros. And in total, at the end of your contract with the bank, you will have paid around 9,000 euros as interest and around 30,000 euros as repayment. And you see here some more information, like the total payment. That means this value plus that value is this amount that you will pay in the end. And if I scroll down, I see the amortization, and amortization means monthly payments that you should have paid to the bank. And you see here in yellow the interest payment for this loan, and in blue you see the repayments. And as you see here, before you moved into your house, you didn't want to uh, pay back your loan. So you see here no blue curves, everything is zero, but you should have paid what you have asked for. You should have paid the interest for that, and the yellow values are for the interest. And down there in this table, you see also each installment. So let's say if I go to the most recent values, let's say we are now in April. In April 2023, we I have paid around 268 euros as the repayment and 66 euros as the interest. As you see and as you know, for the loans, your payments, your monthly payments is constant, and that may be seen here. The monthly payment is around 330 euros, but as you go further, the interest portion shrinks and the repayment portion grows. Good. Now let's add more information about the second loan. For the second loan, here we have asked 100,000 from the second loan on 5th of December 2015. So I here put 2015, and December is 12, and that is 5th, so 05, 5th of December, 100,000. I add it here. And as you see, now the original debt becomes 100,000. And I need to add another payout. So the other payout was at 12th of February, 80,000, 80,000. And here 02, 12th, 2016. I add it also here. And let's see how it looks like for the second loan. You see here, this is the first in December, the first payout. Then I needed to pay back as the interest for what I have asked, and then I have asked in February another value, so this interest increases. And finally, so if I just remove this amount, you see here that the interest here, I'm done with all that I wanted to ask. And then here the interest goes down because I have paid back some portion of it for every installment. Okay, but there is one more thing that we need to add here, and that is this special repayment on 1st of November, and November is 11/01, 1st of November 2019, and we have paid 5,000. So be careful that here you should not put 5,000 because it is not a payout, it's a special repayment, so you should put minus 5,000. Yeah, if I zoom in, you see here in 2019 I have paid a little more, and after I pay this amount, then the interest rate will come down. And finally, in this panel, you see the amortization for all loans with your collateral, and here you see the cumulative payments. So this is all that you should or you have paid for these two loans and what you will pay also in the future. So this is for the full loan lifetime, and in the table you also see all these information. Well, that was all about adding the information about your loans. So if I go to the loans tab, I see one of them, so loan 2, M2 is 180,000 and M1 is 100,000. So now we have added all the information, and now the question is, how could we see some analysis about our loans? And if I go to the analysis tab, I will see those the analytical figures about our loans and about our security. There is one thing that we just missed, and that is giving a price for our house. I have added a security, but I haven't added any transaction for this security. So these information I haven't added yet. sorry, these information. So this 20,000, 12,000 or so, I haven't added. And now we will add it together. Okay, then for that, I need to go to transactions and add a transaction for my property. So I put here buy and then here euro. And let's say I buy one share because it's just a house, it's just one share, and the price per share was 400,000 euros. And let's say I just pay 20 plus 12, and that is, how much is it? Is it 32? It is 32,000 euros. And out of this 12,000 euros is just fees. So 20,000 is for buying this property and 12,000 is for fees. So I here put, let's say, a comment, first payment, and I save it. So this is the first one. Let's add the second one. Oops, I just forgot. I just go back. I didn't put any date there. So I go here. I need to put the correct date. So the date was 2nd of September 2015. So here is 2015. And September is 09 and 02 is 2nd of September. For the other transaction, for this tax paid to the authorities, I need to add another transaction, 2015, October is 10, and then 20, is it 21st of October? Yes, 21st of October 2015 in euro. I here put fees, and the price per share is 400,000, and then 24,000 I put here, 24,000, and here I just say tax. You can also add another buy with 0 number of shares and then put here taxes. It's up to you how you want to see it. But it doesn't matter much here. I just change the type, it is fee, and then put the net amount, because the net amount is what I have paid, and that is what is important for me. One more thing remains, and that is the price for our security. Because it is unlisted security, there is no price for that. Okay, now I have added an amount in May of 2025, and then here I can see the prices. You see the data points in this diagram are all I have given. So it is in August one time, the second time in January 2019, and the last one is in 2025. So 3 data points I have given, and then the diagram is about those 3 points. I can put more data points, the diagram will look better. With this, I'm done with this video. In the next video, we will see how we can analyze our loans and the security which is used as a collateral for our loans. Until then, take care and bye.